Howdy folks, welcome back to Melancton Creek Farm. Today we're out here checking out our seeds. We've let our lettuce bolt and it's starting to come to seed. We're out here checking to see if any of this is ready to harvest yet, and it's not quite. You can see most of the flowers are still yet to bloom. There is some that have already bloomed, and the pods may be ready, but most of these are still, they still got the sticky milky substance to them. We're gonna wait. We're gonna have to wait for a little while before we can get our seeds. Now this is our oak leaf lettuce. I had some of this mixed in with my romaine, and this is the romaine that's going to seed as well. We're letting this go to seed. This is all heirloom, so we'll be saving this for next year's plantings. You see here on our Malabar spinach that we're starting to get the berries starting to form here, but it's a long way off before we'll be able to harvest any of that. Still looking forward to plenty of harvesting of this spinach. Still got plenty of romaine here that we've got left to harvest as well. On this side, you can see where this is going to seed. I'll probably trim this one back and continue to harvest the leaves off of it. Out here on our squash, we're continuing to have pickings of these, so we're not going to let any of this go to seed. We're going to be picking that one today. Still got a few that are starting to bloom here. Moving on around to our zucchini. You can see we've got plenty of it still blooming. We'll be harvesting. It'll be another month before we let any of this grow out to where we will be harvesting seeds from any of it. But looking over at our beans, we're starting to get quite a bit of this to dry out. Now we did get a little bit of rain a couple days ago, and that's one thing you don't want when you're trying to let this stuff go to seed. But this is, you can see these have already dried out. They've got that paperish feel to them. The vine is already dried, but there's plenty of these that are still green that we're letting go to seed. We could actually pick them and make a mess if we wanted them, but you can see how the lack of rain's really affected the beans here lately. But we've got quite a bit that's drying out that we're going to be able to save. Most of these down this way on the rattlesnakes have dried out, and we'll be picking them shortly. Over here on our greasy beans, still got some that are green, kind of about the same amount, and these have not quite dried out to the point to where we're ready to harvest them. They've still got a little bit of the fleshy feel to them, so those aren't completely dried enough to where we can harvest the seeds from those. But we've got plenty here that we're going to have for next year. So that's a look at our seed saving for next year. Of course, our corn is not heirloom, and the okra is, but we got a long way to go before we harvest any okra. Now I have started letting some pods grow just to see how big they're going to get before they start drying out. I've got several here that I need to pick, but this one here, I mean, that's a good size one. It's still green. I mean, it's hard as a rock, but it's not even dried out yet. So we've got a ways to go left on that. There's one I'm letting go there. So it's not dried out enough as well. It's still green and, you know, firm. One more here. I'm just testing these out to see how big they're going to get before they go to start drying out. So we'll come back and look at them at a later date. But that's how it's looking for our seed harvesting. We'll take you along with us as we do that as well. Still in the process of our fall pumpkin beds down here. We haven't been able to get any black gold for our beds, but it'll be coming soon. Just hang with us, and this week is going to be another hot one. And looking forward to the taters that we're going to be digging out here within the next few weeks. We'll bring you an update on those. And I do have an update on our empty bed. We'll be putting something in it very shortly. Whether we miss the mark on getting that in the ground or not, we'll see once it starts putting out. So I appreciate you joining us today, and please like, subscribe, give us a comment, let us know what you think about our seed harvest that we're going to be doing this year.